Hi y'all, we're going to be doing a new song in church. It is called Freedom by Jesus Culture. It is super fun. It is based on scripture from 2 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 17 that says, "Wherever the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom." So it's this really great song with a lot of really great scriptural truths in it, and it's super fun to play, and it's really, fast-paced, energetic, you dance to it, really fun. So it also features a very important acoustic guitar part. So I'm going to do a little acoustic tutorial with y'all about what the chords and strumming pattern is for this song. We're doing it in the original key of G. Let's talk about the chords. It starts on an E minor. And in the key of G, we are going to play E minor like this. So your typical E minor is just these two, right? We've got fingers 1 and 2 on the 2nd fret of A and D strings. And then you're going to take your 3rd and 4th fingers and put them on the 3rd fret of your bottom 2 strings. So it'll sound like this. That's your E minor throughout. Entire chart, every time you see an E minor 7, doesn't matter, play this. Next is C, and so we're actually going to play a C add 9. So from here, these 2 fingers are going to stay exactly where they are. We're just moving your first 2 fingers like this. So you're putting your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. Here's your C add 9. Now make sure do not hit this top string. That is not a part of the chord. So what I actually do is I take this finger and that I'm using to hold down this string, and I also mute the top string with it, so that if I accidentally hit that, there's not really any sound coming out. So that's your C. From here, you go to G, which is probably the easiest transition because you just take these 2 and move them down a string. So now you've got finger 2 on the 3rd fret of the E string, and finger 1 on the 2nd fret of the A string. And these guys just stayed the same. That's your G. You're going to play G like this throughout. Then the chord chart says B minor 7, but the acoustic actually just plays G over B. So we don't even have to move. Isn't that nice? All I'm going to do is, instead of holding down this top string, I'm going to mute it. So instead of playing that, I'm just lifting up. So this is the sound I'm getting out of that top string. There you have it, G over B. That's what we're playing throughout. Every time you see a B minor 7 or a B minor, you're playing this, right? So there's actually only one other chord in this song, which is D, right? So we only start from the D string. Don't want to hit the A or the E down here. Those are not part of the chords. So we're going to zone with our strumming for this D string. And then you've got your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of G. You've got the 3rd fret of the B and the 2nd fret of the E. For our D chord, there are a couple times in the chord chart that say D sus. We're just going to play regular D, even if it says D sus. Those are your chords. Alright, so let's take a look at that strumming pattern. I'm just going to mute my strings while I show you. It goes like this. So let's break that down. When we go real slow, it'll be down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Make sure those accents are really emphasized there. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So you can practice that a few times at that speed on the intro chords, the E minor, to C, to G, to G over B, which is what we're playing for B minor. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. So let's take that up to full speed. It is actually at 124 BPM, really fast. So this is how it's going to go full speed. Really fast. So work on that a few times. If you have a metronome at home, I would highly recommend practicing with a metronome. You can download one for free if you have a smartphone. Just look on the App Store or Google Play Store, whatever, for a metronome. You can download one for free. I would start maybe around like 80 BPM to get it under your fingers. And the original tempo of this song is 124 BPM. And if you have the Prime app, you can actually practice with Prime as well. So start off slow and then try to bring it up to this tempo. Work on that. It's hard. So if you find yourself struggling, here is an easier option to start with. Like as you work up to that difficult strumming pattern, we can always do just the accents and downstrokes. So as long as the accents are in the right place, right? So full tempo would be here. Alternative as you work on the more difficult version. So that's about all there is for the strumming patterns. Let's do a run through. We did not go over the pre-chorus yet. The thing about that, you'll see in your chord charts an accents symbol, a little kind of greater than over the C. So it goes B minor 7 to C in the pre-chorus. Of course, we're playing G over B for that B7. So we're going from G over B to C, and that accent is called a push, and so that was my only way of writing on the computer, that it comes in on the and of 2. So instead of it being like, right, it's 1 and 2 and, right? So we hit B minor, 1 and 2 and, 1 and 2 and. There's only one time this happens. The first pre-chorus, we're out. So the second pre-chorus is where we play this. And you can still kind of do the same strumming pattern there. Let's go back to it real quick. That second pre-chorus.
Pre-chorus, 3, 4.
Change. It's your left hand changing from the B to the C. So slower, right? And then the E minor to D is the same. Alright, so we're going to do a full run through of Freedom from the top.
Intro,
so if you're looking
3,
at your chord
4.
chart, this is intro 1, keys only. Then when the keys again, we come in.
Intro, 3, 4. Chorus, 3, 4. Bridge, 3,
Last
4.
chorus. Fall, risen, shake at the sound, Jesus' name. So this would be a great time to sing along, really worship along to the song. Think about the words. Chains will fall,
Bridge,
prison shake
3,
at the
4.
sound of Jesus' name. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, so the clapping, just kind of maybe to the beat. Like get ready, like you don't plan the turnaround either. The chorus is coming back.
Turn around, 3,
Still not playing.
4.
So just kind of jam out. Do a little break. Get ready to come back in.
Chorus, 3, 4. Outro, 3, 4. End, 3, 4.
So we end on an E minor right there. Just hit it once. Pretty loud. And let it ring. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hi, buddy. Are you gonna help? Are you gonna help? Do you speak?